Hi guys, I have a chair workout for you today. I got a request a while back for a chair workout. It is just taking me forever to get to this, so I apologize for the delay. Go ahead, we're gonna use a chair today. I have an exo chair and I have a split pedal, you guys. Today we're not gonna split the pedal just in case you do not have a split pedal. And then if you do need to balance, you can always put your chair up against a wall when we get to the balancing portion and have your hands on the wall to balance. I'm gonna start with a 4 and a 1 with my spring. So that's 1 at the very top, 1 at the very bottom. Just a heads up, you guys, if your chairs don't have numbers, from the top, it goes 4, 3, 2, 1. So if I ever say numbers, 4 is top, 1 is all the way at the bottom. So 4 and a 1, you guys can always make it heavier, you can make it lighter. We're gonna start off with some footwork. So we're gonna sit on our chairs, you're gonna face the pedal, and then when you sit down, your heels are gonna go right onto the pedal. I'm gonna bring them parallel with each other, just about that fist distance away, so sits bone distance away. I take my hands right onto the 2 front corners of the chair, and then from here, our sits bones are gonna be nice and heavy. When we push the pedal down the first time, see how you feel in your chair. So make sure that you're not getting hinged forward when you guys push down, and then when we come up, we're not getting pushed back. So we need to be able to push the pedal down towards the floor without our pelvis shifting. We're exhaling to press down, we're inhaling to hinge up. Exhale, press the pedal down, and then inhaling as we hinge back up. I wanna think I'm drawing my abs into my back as I exhale to press, and then again, inhale, hinge. Exhale to push down, inhale, hinge, and we're just sitting up nice and tall on top of our sits bones the entire time. Again, exhale down, inhale up, think engaging those low abs as we press. Inhale, hinge, let's go for 3. Draw your abs in and up, 2, and then last 1. All right, now once we come up, we're gonna pause. Arches of our feet are gonna go onto the pedal. Same thing, sit up nice and tall, evenly weighted throughout your sits bones. Exhale, press the pedal down. Inhale, hinge. Exhale, press. Inhale, hinge. Again, my sits bones are staying in the same spot. My pelvis stays still. We're drawing our abs in and up as we press on that exhale. We're inhaling to hinge. Exhale to press. Inhale, hinge. Spine, imagine that if you guys are sitting up against a wall, your spine just stays flat against that wall. My chair is very squeaky here. Let's go 4, 2, and 1. All right, now once we come up, we're gonna pause. Toes, balls of our feet go onto the chair. All 10 toes are on, adjust as needed. We're gonna exhale, press back down again. My feet are about that sits bones distance away. Inhale back up, exhale to press, adjust your toes as needed. Inhale, hinge. I have a little lift of my 2 heels while I'm here, just to get into those quads a little more. Exhale, press. Inhale, hinge. Same thing, sits bones are heavy, pelvis stays still, the legs push the pedal down, we hinge to come back up, we're not getting pushed back, and every time we press down, we're engaging those deep core muscles, so that 2 inches underneath my belly button draws in as I press. Inhale to hinge. We're gonna go for 3, 2, and then last 1. Okay, hold halfway. We're gonna flex the heels, point the toes, flex, point, and we're just sitting up nice and tall on top of our sits bones. Try to keep that pedal nice and still as we point, flex, point, flex. Let's go 4, feel those quads, 3, 2, and 1. All right, let that pedal go all the way up, and then we're gonna go ahead and step off of our chair. Okay, so this is when, if you guys need to balance, you would set your chairs up against the wall so you can use your hands. If you have a dowel, you can always use your hands on a dowel to help support you. We're gonna stand right in front of the wooden piece on your chair. My feet are about 1 inch apart. I'm gonna take my right toes, balls of my feet onto the chair. We're staying on that same spring. And then hands I like on the hips, just so you guys can see if your hips are shifting at all. We're gonna exhale, press the pedal down towards the floor with our right leg. And then inhale, hinge hinge, control, back up. Exhaling as we press down, and then inhale, hinge, come back up. I'm pushing with my glute. So I'm squeezing my glute as I press down on my exhale. Inhale again, hinge, back up. Exhale, press, squeeze the glute. Inhale, hinge, come back up. Feel that glute max firing here. Again, if it's too heavy, you guys can always take off that one. You can make it heavier if you want it heavier. We're gonna go for 4 more. Again, pelvis does not shift. Stays nice and still. 3. All right, on this last one, we're gonna hold the pedal down at the floor. Hands can go onto your chair. You're gonna step your left foot onto the chair. I'd go right about center, make sure that your toes are fully on, your heel is fully on, and then this is where our balance is gonna come into play. So I'm gonna take my hands off. I'm gonna press into my left heel, lift up, and then I'm gonna control back down. Push into your left heel, squeeze your glute to lift, and then lower back down. Exhale, press to lift, and then inhale, lower back down. Feeling that work coming from that left leg. I'm pushing into my heel, squeezing my glute so I can get my left glute max of fire. We have 4 more. Good. 2. All right, now on our last one, we're gonna go halfway down with the pedal. Hold halfway down, right leg stays long, little pulses up and down with that left leg, little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1, all the way up. We can shake out our left leg if we need to. And then the left foot is gonna stay on the chair. Right toes, balls of our feet go back onto that pedal. We're gonna go halfway down with our left leg, hold. This time the left leg stays still, we bend our right knee, exhale, press, inhale, bend, exhale, press, bend, press. Feel that left leg working to stabilize you. Bend, press, 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way down. Hands on the chair, left foot on the floor, and then let that pedal come all the way back up. Okay, again, we're standing in front of our chair. Our feet are about 1 inch away. Our left toes, balls of our feet, go right onto the chair. Again, I like hands on the hips. Just make sure that your shoulders aren't up in your ears, so shoulders are relaxed. And then we're gonna exhale, press the pedal down with our left toes. Find your balance. Inhale, hinge. Again, when I press down and lift up, that pelvis does not shift. Exhale to push, inhale, hinge. Squeeze your glute as you go down. Exhale, press, inhale, hinge. Find that balance with that right leg. Shoulders down, press, hinge, exhale, press, inhale, hinge. Let's go for 3 more. All right, last one, hold the pedal down. Hands can go right onto your chair. Step your right foot on again. Make sure that your toes are on, your heel is on. Find your balance. Again, if you need to use something to balance, grab onto something to balance. Press into your right heel. Stand up and then return back down with control. Press into your heel to lift and then return back down. Exhale, press to come up. Inhale to return. Press into the heel to lift, return. Again, I'm pushing from my heel so that I can activate my glute max, right where that butt connects to your leg. Up and down. We're gonna feel our quad working too, but really think push into your heel, squeeze your glute. 4 more. 2. All right, last one. Halfway down, hold, little pulses up and down for 8. Left leg stays long. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way up. Feel free to shake out that right leg. And we're gonna bend and extend the left. So right foot stays on the chair, left toes, balls of your feet on the pedal. Go halfway down, hold, right leg stay still. Bend your left knee, press, bend, exhale, press. Inhale, exhale, bend, press. We have 5, 4, pelvis stays still. 3, 2, 1, all the way down, and then let that pedal go up. Whew. Okay, we're gonna move into some pikes. Up to you guys if you make this lighter. If you do make it lighter, it's just gonna make it a little more challenging. So you can take off the one or you can leave it on. I'm taking mine off. Again, up to you. It makes it a lot more challenging if you take off the one. Toes, balls of your feet on the pedal, push down, does not matter what leg, and then I'm gonna take my other toes on. Now, from here, hands, you guys, if you're a little shorter, I'd go hands about center on your chair. I'm tall, so I'm gonna go all the way to the front with my hands. And then I like a Pilates stance, so heels together, toes are turned apart. I'm gonna shift my weight forward, and then from here, I'm gonna push down into my palms, scoop into my abs, and lift the chair up with my core, and then I'm gonna press the pedal back down. So exhale, tuck, scoop into your abs to lift, inhale to push back down. Exhale, tuck and pike, inhale down. Again, if you need to make it heavier to lift that pedal up, make it heavier, just careful you don't get shot forward off of your chair. Tuck, pike, lower down. Let's do 3 more. Scoop into your abs to lift, return for 2 and 1. Ooh, okay, feet stay on the pedal, drop the heels, shift your weight back, stretch out. Okay, then we're gonna come all the way back up. This time, we're gonna go into some obliques. Again, make it heavier if you guys need to make this easier. Hands are back onto the same spot that you guys were at before. Right foot stays, left leg wraps around your right. Make sure that those toes are in a comfortable spot. Shift your weight forward. We're gonna exhale, tuck, pike, inhale back down. Exhale, tuck, pike, inhale back down. We should feel those left obliques. Let's go 3 and 1. Ooh, okay. Left toes back on. Wrap your right foot around your left. From here, we're gonna tuck the pelvis, scoop into the abs, lift, push back down, adjust your toes as needed. Scoop and lift. The work is in your core, you guys, so you have to fire up your core to lift the pedal, return back down, right obliques. Exhale up, inhale down. We have 3 and 1. Okay, set your heel back down or toes back down, heels on the floor, stretch back. Okay, then the pedal is gonna come all the way up. We're gonna move into some more core work. So take your spring, just want that 1 to a 2. So second from the bottom, and then just leave that 1 spring on. All right, from here, you guys, you're gonna sit on your chairs. Your sits bones are gonna be all the way towards the edge of the chair, so we have plenty of space behind us. And then from here, I'm gonna take my hands back behind me. Again, we are on a 2, a little lighter. We're gonna pick our knees up into a tabletop position, and then I'm gonna really find a nice tuck in my pelvis. Hands are gonna go behind us onto the pedal, and I have my palms rotated towards me just because it feels a little more natural. If it feels better to rotate your palms away from you, I always think that's a personal preference. We're gonna go into some teasers. So we're gonna inhale, push the pedal down towards the floor, and then on an exhale, we're gonna lift up. Now down as far as you guys feel comfortable. You do not have to go all the way down if you don't feel comfortable, and then lift up. So we're inhaling to go back. Knees stay in the tabletop position the entire time. Inhale, push the pedal down. Exhale, scoop into our abs to lift that pedal all the way back up. We're gonna go for 2 more like this, down, exhale to lift, last one down, and exhale up. Okay, when we come up, you can set your feet back down. We're gonna add in legs to make these a little more challenging. Knees are gonna go back up into our tabletop position. My hands are on the back side. I'm gonna take my hands back onto the chair, again, as far down as you feel comfortable. We're gonna inhale, go back, reach our legs out away from us. Exhale, come up and pull your knees back into your tabletop. Inhale out, exhale back in. Think really tuck the pelvis as you guys come back up. Inhale out, Exhale to come back in. Reach out. Use your core to lift back up. Inhale and exhale. We're gonna go for 3, 2, tuck that pelvis, last one, and up. Okay, set your feet down. We're gonna rotate to the right side of the room. So right leg is gonna be bent out in front of us. Left leg is gonna be nice and long. We have space, I'd say like 5, at least 4 inches away from our right hip to the edge of the chair. Right hand, you guys, is gonna go onto the pedal, and then my hips are stacked, my shoulders are stacked. From here, we're gonna push the pedal down. I have my left hand to my hip. You guys can have it at your hip or behind your head. We're gonna keep our hips stacked, shoulders are stacked. Left leg is gonna be lifted so that's right in line with the hip. The foot is flexed and parallel with the floor. On an exhale, we're gonna lift our left leg up, lower down, lift, lower. The foot needs to stay flexed and parallel to the floor. Exhale up, inhale down, lift, lower. We're getting into those abductors and right into those left obliques. Lift, lower, exhale, lift, lower. Let's go for 4, 3, 2. On this last one, hold your leg halfway. We can keep the left hand to your hip or behind your head. From here, we're gonna exhale, use our obliques to lift the pedal off the floor and then push it down. Now that left leg needs to stay in the same spot. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower, exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Again, my left leg is staying in the same spot the entire time. Up and down, lift, lower. Use those obliques. Keep that right arm long. We have 3 more. Lift, lower for 2. And then last one. Now hold up. And then little pulses of your left leg up, up, up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pedal goes all the way down. Relax your left leg. Right arm is gonna go up and over. Side body stretch. Again, relax that left leg as much as you can. All right, right arm is gonna come back up to your hip, and then we're gonna lift the pedal all the way up. Same thing on the other side. Rotate. Your left leg is bent out in front of you. Right leg is long. Hip stacked, shoulders stacked. Again, we have plenty of space for our hip to go down here. Left hand on the pedal. Right hand can be at your hip or behind your head. We go all the way to the floor. Pause. Flex your right foot. Bring it parallel with the floor. We're gonna lift and lower, lift, lower. That leg needs to stay flexed and parallel to the floor. Exhale up, inhale down, exhale lift, inhale lower. Lift, lower, lift, lower. Getting into those abductors and obliques. 4, 3, 2, 1. Halfway hold, and then ready on an exhale, we're gonna lift the pedal up, return down, use those right obliques, lift and lower. That right leg stays in the same spot the entire time. Foot stays flexed and parallel to the floor. Exhale, lift up, inhale, lower down. Keep that right leg. Use those obliques, up and down. All right, we have 3, 2, 1. Hold. Ready, little pulses of that right leg up for 8, 7. Keep that left shoulder out of your ear. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Pedal goes all the way down to the floor. Try to relax your right leg as much as you can. Right arm is going to go up and over. Side body stretch. Kind of arc through the right side. Stretch it out. A couple deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. All right, then the hand goes to your hip. You lift the pedal all the way up, and then we're gonna kneel on your chair and face the pedal. still on a 2. So second from the bottom. Knees are gonna be towards the back edge of your chair, so you have plenty of space in front of you. Hands go onto the chair to start. Just heads up for this next one, you guys. Pedal does not hit the floor, otherwise it doesn't come off the floor. Hands onto your pedal, cat-cow. Shift your weight forward. We're trying to get the hips right over the knees. We're gonna inhale, press the pedal down towards the floor. Without your hips shifting, you're gonna tuck your pelvis, scoop into your abs, and lift the pedal back up. Inhale, press down towards the floor. Exhale, tuck around to come back up. Inhale, press. Exhale, scoop into the abs to lift. Down. Exhale, tuck around to lift up. Let's go for 4. Again, try to keep those hips in the same spot. 2. Exhale, round to lift. Last one. All right, then once we come up, pause. Hands are gonna go onto the chair and we're gonna step off. Okay, from here, take that other spring and put it onto a 2, so both of them are on the same hook. And then we're gonna lie on your stomachs, on your chairs. When you guys lie down, I want the belly buttons off of the chair, so your pelvis is like right towards the edge. Hands are gonna go right onto our pedal, thumbs are with our fingers, and then we're gonna push our pedal down to the floor. Now, from here, my shoulders are about over my hands, are probably a little further forward than my hands. I'm gonna squeeze my glutes and my hamstrings. Legs can be together or apart, that's up to you. We're gonna inhale, lift our chest to come up into a swan, squeeze the glutes, and then exhale, push back down. Inhale, lift, shoulders are down, collarbones are wide. Exhale to press back down. Every time we lift, think squeeze your glutes and give your pelvis a nice little tuck to help protect your low back. And then when you exhale to push the pedal down, draw your abs away from the floor. Inhale, lift, squeeze your glutes. Exhale, push down, abs into your back. Inhale, lift, shoulders down, collarbones wide. Exhale to push back down. We're gonna go for 3, 2, exhale to press. Last one, inhale, lift, and exhale, press down. Now, lift the pedal just a few inches off the floor, hold here. Your chest should be parallel with the floor. Our shoulders are parallel to the floor. We're gonna inhale, bend our elbows wide. Exhale, press down, bend wide. Exhale, press for some push-ups. Adjust yourselves, you guys, on your chairs if you need to. Bend wide, press. If you feel like you're getting pushed off when you bend, you need to scoot a little further forward. If you feel like you're falling forward, you need to scoot a little further back. Chest parallel to the floor, bend wide, exhale, press. Keep the squeeze of the glutes and the hamstrings. We're gonna go for 4, 2, and 1. Okay, chest heavy, head heavy, legs heavy. Hands go, I'd say, about 2 inches closer towards each other, and then rotate your elbows so that they're a little closer towards each other. We're gonna lift your pedal a few inches off the floor. Chest, shoulders parallel. Squeeze your glutes and your hamstrings. Elbows bend narrow this time. We exhale, press, narrow, exhale, press, narrow, press. I want the elbows to touch your ribs. Inhale and exhale. Narrow, press, abs into your back. Squeeze your glutes and your hamstrings. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, all the way down to the floor. Head heavy, chest heavy, legs heavy. Ready? Let the pedal just slowly bring you back up, and then your feet can go to the floor. Okay, from here, I'm gonna pull my chair just a little further out so you guys can see me a little better. Grab a mat. I forgot to say that in the beginning. Grab a mat and then take off one of your 2s. So just one of the 2s come off. We're still in a 2. We're gonna move into some hamstring work, you guys. If this is too heavy, go ahead and do a 1 instead of a 2. We're gonna lay our mats down in front of our chairs. And then when we get it down, we're gonna lie down. Feet are gonna be towards our chair. Head is gonna be back. Now, I'm gonna go ahead, take my heels onto my pedal. I'm more on my Achilles rather than on my heels. And I'm gonna push the pedal down one time, and then just make sure when I push down, I can hold a neutral spine. So I did scoot back a little bit, neutral spine, let the pedal come out. Now, for the first exercise, this is not gonna feel super heavy. So just know, you guys, it's not super heavy to start. It is gonna be a lot heavier when we finish. Neutral spine, we're gonna exhale, pull the pedal down with our legs. Inhale, hinge up. Exhale to pull down. Inhale, hinge. So just kind of warming up the legs, getting the feel for this movement, and then again, we are gonna make it a little more challenging. Exhale to pull, inhale to hinge. We're gonna go for 3, 2, and then last one. All right, come all the way up. I'm gonna take my heels to the top of my chair. I'm gonna inch a little further forward because now neutral spine does not matter. And then I'm gonna keep my left heel on the chair. My right heel is gonna go back onto the pedal. Again, I'm more on my like Achilles and heel. We're gonna flatten our low backs down into the mat. We're gonna push into the left foot, flatten and roll up into your bridge. Now hold your bridge. Pelvis is gonna stay still. On an exhale, I'm gonna pull the pedal down with my right heel, and then I'm gonna hinge, come back up. Now, when you guys pull down, it does not need to touch the floor. I want you to look for your pelvis, make sure that it's staying nice and still. So we're pulling down with that right heel, and then we're hinging to come back up. Exhale to pull, inhale to hinge for some hamstring work. The left leg stays straight and long the entire time. Pull down, hinge up. We're gonna go for 4. Feel that right hamstring. 3, pelvis stays still. 2, and 1. All right, roll down. Feel free to stretch out that right leg. All right, set your right foot onto the chair. Left heel, you guys, is gonna go into the pedal. You're gonna press into your right leg and you're gonna roll up into a bridge. Now from here, your pelvis does not shift. We're gonna pull the pedal down towards the floor, hinge up. Again, you guys might not get all the way down to the floor. I have long legs, so mine are getting down. Pull down, hinge. What I want you to look for is that your pelvis stays nice and still the entire time. Adjust your heel as needed. Right leg stays long. We're gonna exhale, pull down, inhale, hinge. Exhale, pull, inhale, hinge. Feel that left hamstring. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, roll your spines back down. And then we're gonna inch out further away. We're gonna take our heels right onto the pedal, and we're gonna attempt a couple of roll-ups. If you guys can't get up, just get up to as high as you can. Ideally, try to curl to your bra line. So arms are gonna go up to the ceiling. We're gonna inhale, reach them back behind us. On an exhale, I'm gonna nod my chin towards my chest, scoop into the abs, and roll the spine up. Again, if you guys can't get up, just get up to as high as you can. We're gonna take an inhale, exhale, tuck the pelvises, roll back down. Inhale, reach the arms back. Ready, exhale, start to reach the arms up, nod the chin to the chest, scoop into the abs, roll up as high as you guys can go. Inhale at the top, exhale, tuck your pelvis, roll down 1 vertebrae at a time. We're gonna do 3 more. Exhale, nod, roll up, take an inhale, exhale, tuck, roll back down. Think 1 bone at a time to come up. 1 bone at a time on that exhale to roll back down. We have 1 more. Exhale, nod, roll up. Pause at the top. You guys can take your hands behind you. I want you to hold here. Fingers are gonna rotate back. If you guys need to use your hands to get you up, use your hands to get you up. Okay, I'm gonna go a little further back with my hands just so my shoulders aren't up in my ears a ton. And then from here, I'm gonna tuck my pelvis, scoop into my abs. Exhale, pull the pedal down with the heels. Think it's coming from your core, and then inhale, let it go back up. Exhale, pull down, inhale, let it go back up. So I'm scooping into my abs. They're drawing into my back to help pull the pedal down, and then inhale, hinge. So think more of an ab workout than a hamstring workout here. Exhale down, inhale up. We're gonna go for 3. This is our warm up for our next exercise. 2, and 1. Okay, let the pedal come up, and then take your feet off. Now, from here, guys, you are going to sit up. I'm gonna stay on this 2, which is gonna be a little more challenging. If you guys wanna make this easier, I would suggest putting your second spring to either a 1 or a 2. We're gonna do some more core work on the chair. Again, a 2 is gonna be a little more challenging. Careful, if you guys stay on a 2, we're gonna push the pedal down with our feet, but it's gonna be a very small movement. If you push too much, it's gonna land on the floor, and that's where we don't want the pedal. So feel free to add on your second spring to a 1 or a 2 to make this a little easier. We're gonna face the opposite direction. So we're facing away from our chair. Our hands are gonna go flat down onto the mat, and then I'm gonna take my right foot onto the pedal, toes, balls of the feet, and then my left toes are gonna go on. Get them into a comfortable spot, and then bring yourselves into a plank. From here, we're gonna tuck the pelvis, draw our abs into our back, and the idea is that we push the pedal down 2, 3, maybe 4 inches, and then we let the pedal go up, back up. Exhale, scoop into the abs to bring it down, inhale up. I'm tucking my pelvis, lifting my hips slightly, and then letting it go back up. Exhale, and then inhale again. It's not a ton of pressure. Draw your abs in, bring it up. We're gonna go 3, it's like a very mini pike, 2, and 1. Okay, come down onto the mat, and then we're gonna face your chair. Again, this time, hands are gonna go onto the pedal. We're gonna push the pedal all the way down to the floor, and then we're gonna walk our feet out into a plank. Now, from this plank, I want you guys to take your left hand down onto the mat. You're gonna bend your right elbow wide, press for push-ups, wide, press. I'm gonna bring my feet a little wider too. Wide, press, ideally shoulders and hips stay parallel to the floor. We're gonna go for 4, 3, make sure you don't hit your face, 2, and 1. Okay, left hand on. If you feel comfortable, go into the next set right away. Right hand to the floor, bend your left elbow wide, press, press. Try to keep your shoulders and hips parallel to the floor. Wide, press, let's go 4, 3, 2, 1, and come back down. Okay, both hands on the pedal, knees open wide, shift the hips back, let the pedal lift your arms up, and just drop your chest in between your arms for a little child's pose. In through the nose, out through the mouth with that breath. Okay, we're gonna press the pedal back down to the floor, shift our weight forward. I'm gonna bring my knees so that they're parallel, hip distance away. We're gonna go into a plank and then a stretch to finish. So we're gonna step our right foot back, left foot back, hold yourselves here. Legs long, abs in, butts down. From this plank, our right foot is gonna step to the very right corner of our chair. We're gonna bend our left knee, uncurl the left toes. The pedal is going to lift up, and then we're gonna push our left hip forward to stretch out the front of the left leg. So push the pedal kind of up, push your left hip forward, stretch. We're gonna do 2 on each side. Push the pedal back down, curl your left toes underneath you, lift your left knee, step your right foot back, pause, hold your planks, left foot to the left corner, bend your right knee, uncurl your toes, let the pedal lift up. Again, I'm gonna kind of push my pedal forward, push my right hip forward, and stretch out the front of the right leg. All right, press the pedal back down, curl your right toes, lift your knee, step that left leg back, hold that plank, again, 2 on each side. Right foot, right corner, bend your left knee, uncurl those toes, let that pedal lift up, push that left hip forward, stretch. All right, now since this is the last one, right hand stays on, left arm goes up and over for a little side body stretch. All right, take that left hand back on, right hand wide, press down, curl your left toes, lift the knee, step that right foot back, hold your plank. Left foot, left corner, bend your right knee, uncurl your toes, let the pedal lift up, push your hip forward. And then again, the left hand can go a little further to the center, right arm up and over, side body stretch. All right, take your right hand back on, curl your right toes, push the pedal down, lift the knee, step back into your planks, hold. Now from here, keep the pedal on the floor. Walk your feet forward towards the pedal. Keep it pushed down. Stay in this nice little fold forward, bend your elbows slightly. All right, then we're gonna extend the arms, roll our spines all the way back up to bring the pedal up. When we come up, roll up one bone at a time to finish rolling up. Give those shoulders a little roll back. Let's inhale, reach the arms up. And then exhale, bring them back down. All right, you guys are all finished with that chair exercise. I hope you enjoyed it.